لما يطلع واحد خلينا نشوف بس شلون يطلع. Okay, do you hear me now? You hear me now? Okay, and we go to now here, and I'm going to create a new project. Create new project. You see it now? What I'm doing? Okay, so I'm going to create a console application. Next, and give it a name methods. Next, then create. What do you see now? You see it? Very good. Okay, now so we have this one, which is now just a new application, which has this is hello world. I want to create the method. You remember the method we created last time? I'm going to create the method here. Where we create the method, just close this if you want, and copy this static void, and I want to calculate area and no parameters, and come here. Then simple program. What do you want to do? You want to read the length and read the width, and then okay, here write enter length. I usually like it to be right instead of right line, and here double length equal to convert to double. Then I copy this. You see how quick you can create your application if you know what you are doing. Here enter width, and here width. We need to create the area double. Can I put the variables at the top? I can, but usually whenever I need it the first time, I put it here. This will be area equal to length times width. Then print it, which is CW, and here I'm going to print here just the area without saying what's it, for simplicity. Now I forget about it. I go and call it. Call calculate area. Calculate here. Calculate area. Huh? يعني غلط احنا كاتبين. اوكي calculate. نشوفه ما طلع لنا. Calculate area. يعني whenever you see like you don't appear something wrong. Well, this will calculate the area, so it will go to the area and calculate it for me. Run it, and it will ask me for the length. Let me put 10, and width 5. Give me 50. That's simple. I can call this as many times as I want. This is called, this type of the method called, what's called? No return. Then void, صح? No return. No return. And no parameters. Parameters يعني شنو? Inside this bracket, if I have something, these are called parameters. So this has no parameters and return nothing. How to call it? We call it just simply, you get the name of it with the brackets and you call it like that. This is calling no return and no parameter method, or with no parameter. Come on, understand this?
Yes.
Now we come to the next one. The next one, I don't want it to be printed inside. I want it to come back to me, and I do whatever I want. How to do that? So I'm going to repeat this, copy, with this, and then minimize that and go to put it here to show you what the difference I want to make. The difference I want to make here, first of all, I am going to return what I want to return, what this is going to do to me. Calculate what? I'm calculating the area, so I want to return the area. Do I return the length?
No.
Because it's not the purpose, the length, the area I want to calculate. And then I want the area. And then I want to say return area. And then as soon as you see the word return, you go directly look at the return. And you put the type of what you return. The type of what you return. And when I say, what's your name? You expect I give you my ear to hear. But if I say, give me a coffee, I don't give you my ear. Come on? I have to give you something, a cup or something to put the coffee. So it should be appropriate to the type you are returning. But if the area double, I put double. If it is integer, I put integer. If it is boolean, I put boolean. But then here, what I do? I put double. وبس. These two things now, it make my, but what was the problem here? Because this is the same name. Okay, let me say calculate area 1, calculate area 2. We'll come later how to make them. Okay, and then here 1, I call that one. تمام. إذن, you know what's the difference now? يعني بالامتحان in the exam, I may ask you to convert it from this to that. Simply, you remove the print, put return for that value, and put here at the top, instead of the void, put that one. Now the call, how to call it? The call is different. The call, because it is returning, I have to catch the return. I don't say, what's your name, and close my ear. So I have to give you my ear to hear about that, to catch it. And here, I can call it this way. I can call it, just calculate 2. I can. It will not make any argument like I cannot, because you don't want to hear me. Fine. You ask me what's your name, I say my name, but if you don't want to hear me, if you don't want to keep my name, that's up to you. So it make nothing. Make nothing. Yani, let me change this to this is return and no parameter. Here call with return, no parameter. Return, call with return value with no parameter. Let me comment this. What do you think now if I run it? Is it going to print to me something? Nothing. Why? So I put value and nothing. Because it returned that value, but I didn't get it. How to get it? Usually to get it, what's the type here? I have to catch it with that type. So I say double any variable, not necessarily area code. Any variable. Because this variable different from the variable there. You can call it area. Fine. So area equal. That's how to call it. You see the difference between the return or not return? The return must be catched as the same type as the return. But if it is not return, no, because just whatever. If you don't print it inside, that's up to you. If you print it inside, that's up to you. Okay. But here, this is the way. Now I have the area. If I run it, is it going to show me anything? No, because the area I didn't print it. I have the area now. I can do anything. Like I can print the area here. Area. That will print which area? This area. Let me have both to see the difference between them. The first one printed inside. The second one returned back to me. Okay. Let me say area inside the main method. This is inside the main method. Inside the main method. But that one different. You see, it will print it to you here with just area to make difference between them. So if you run it now, if I put 10, 5, this 50 inside. This is 6, 3, 18 inside the method. So the result is turned back. Can I use another name for this? Like results? Can I or not? Yes. Because this is not related to that. Not related to that. But this is what? Okay. If I say, give me coffee, I can give you my cup and you give me the coffee. And Yazin can give you the cup and get his coffee. Depends which cup you are going to use it for the coffee. This is called Samir cup and this is called Yazin cup. Result and area. Got it? All this we covered last lecture. We come to the new way. The new way what? We want to use parameter now. I want to pass value, then the value would be whatever value, like you have juicer, machine to create juice. You put in the juice orange, يطلع لك orange juice. You put apple, يطلع لك apple juice. So you want to pass it. Let me show you how to do that. Let me have a copy of this. Copy of this. And going to minimize them both. And I'm going to create one here, a new one. Which this one I wanted to, let us do it no return, and with parameter. With parameters. With parameters. With parameters means inside the brackets I must have parameters. What parameters I want to pass to the area? What parameter I want to pass to calculate the area? I want the length and width. I can put them literally or something. So now, what's the length? What's the type of length? Double length or L or whatever you want to call it. Then I want the width as well. Double width. I repeat them twice. I say double length, comma, double width. I didn't say double length, comma, width, as I do usually in the declaration inside the program. Here in the parameters, you must specify them separately. Even if they are the same, you have to put them double name, comma, double name, comma, integer name, comma. Okay, and now we got that one. I don't want to print them to get them here because I'm passing them now. Passing them. So, do I need to declare them? Do I need to declare them? Length to area? No, it is declared already. So I can use them directly. Length times width, and then print the area. Let me call this one. لاحظ هنا شوي حتى يشوفون شوي يعني you see here here I called calculate area 1. It didn't say a problem with that. Keep this in mind. Last time when we say calculate area twice and this and that, it say I have it, so how can I have two? Now it didn't say a problem. Because of the parameter, we will talk about this. This is another topic for next lecture, inshallah. Put it in your mind. So, but I'm going to call it area 3 for now. How to call it now? First of all, so this is the call for the first one. This is the call for the second one. By the way, the second one, by the way, you can do it this way. Calc 2 like that. Yani even if you don't have these, you can do it this way. Can we or not? What's the meaning of this? What's the meaning of this? If you want to print it, not necessary to get the value then print it. When you call the method, it will return to you the value, print it directly. That's what that is. But here means this will return in value, but that value printed. While here, I catch it in result, then print it. Not necessary to print it always. Maybe you don't want to print it. And if you want to calculate area of 2 areas and add them together, then print them. In this case, you cannot do it this way. You do it what? You take area 1, area 2, add them together. Let me show you. And let's talk about this. So this is result. I'm going to call it area 1. Area 1. And again, I'm going to call it again. Area 2. Area 2. Then I'm going to add them. Total area equal to area 1 plus area 2 وبعدين print total area. Let me say the total area is, I don't know that. تمام؟ I don't need this one now. إذن you can call the method that return value and get the value. I'm getting, for instance, I want to what I wanted. I want to have coffee and milk. I give me a coffee. I give you coffee. Give me a milk. Put them up, then put them together. So I put them together. Then I say, this is the white coffee. But you can call it twice or 3 or whatever. You can put it in a loop. And if I want to calculate, for instance, the scores of you, all of you, and add them together, get the average. What I say? I call it several times. I put it in a loop for a number of you. I say, give me your grade, give me your grade, give me your grade, and put them together, add them, then get the average. So instead of you do calculation and get something, you are responsible about that. I call the method, and the method returns to me the value. Got it? That's for the second type. The third type now, we come back to the third type. The third type is like that. So this will calculate the area and print it here inside, because the void here, if I don't print it inside, it will not return to me anything. How to call it? What do you think? How to call it?
Same
Huh? I say calc area 3. تمام؟ مو هذا اللي سويناه قبل؟ بهذا الشكل ولا لا؟ لا. Why? Because I say give me what? Okay, or calculate to me these. What are these? What are they? Give me these. Come on, I give you 2 numbers. I say add them together. Where's the number? Give me the numbers to add them to you. So here you want to calculate the area, but there is no parameters, no arguments, because parameters are arguments. Parameter when you define them, argument when you pass them. Now I pass here, for instance, I want to calculate the area for 12 and 5. Now why? Because there are parameters here. You have to pass for each one the parameter. Got it? عايدة. I'm going to make this them like that. Here, this expect to me when I call it, it needs length and width. I have to give it to them. Then that will calculate to me and print it to me. How to give them? I pass here. I want for 12 and 5. Run it. Now directly give me the 60. Or you can ask the user to enter value for the first one, and then for the second one, CW, enter length, and here length. I'm going to call double L or length or whatever. L, I can call it L, equal to convert to double like that. And then same I do for the width. What I do here? I pass here the length and width. So now any number I can enter. Useful or not useful? Useful. Each one has its characteristics. Each one depends on what situation you want to solve. If you wanted just to print values, you ask to inside the program. Inside the program, ask you for numbers or whatever, and do it. If it is going to return back to you and you تصرف معها, add it or whatever, then use the second type. If you want to pass the values, you just do the calculation, pass the values, then like what? Let me give you example for, this coffee machine, the vending machine. You put them as I want coffee, it create you the coffee, everything there, the coffee, water, everything done to you. That means inside. I'd give you back the coffee. But if you go to Jamaica or somewhere, you put the coffee and put something from outside. That's the third type. You put parameters. Because if you don't put parameters, there is nothing to be created. What do you think the fourth type? Can you guess?
You return with them.
Very good. It will return and take parameter. يعني اجمع لي دول الاثنين الرقمين وطيني بالنتيجه. How do you think would be? This is called with that. I'm going to create it from scratch here. I say return with parameter. فهنا static. void ولا شو؟ Because they're double. Maybe if it returns something not double, يعني integer or boolean or whatever that thing. فهنا double. Calculate area for and take parameters. The parameters, it could be more than that. Length, width. أعقدكم شوي. Okay. I'm going to say how many they are, how many areas I want to calculate. 6 parameters, 5 parameters. Okay, length width نفس الشيء. Well, here is why it is highlighting here? An return, waiting for the return. Okay, so I'm going to area, double area equal to length times width and what?
Return.
Area. How to call it? How to call it?
Same as calculator.
The call here, same as that, but now what?
We put inside the.
I have to return back. So I say double result equal to, whenever return, you have to put something equal. Come on? Equal to, and here you can say calculate for and pass the parameters, either literally you can put 10 or 4, literally, or you can put values, which is the input value from here. And then the result here, but will not be used until you add it or print it or whatever you can. So let's see W result. With this, we conclude the different types of methods, 4 types of. I want you to practice them. What I want you to do, if you want to practice until Sunday, inshallah, you have to create a method. That method calculates you the factorial of a number entered by the user. Here, one parameter, and one value. Will not return a value, nothing. What happened here? You go and inside here, like this. The first one, which is no return, no parameter here. Instead of 2, you get only one value. But calculate the factorial. Factorial شنو هي؟ مضروب الأعداد. 1 times 2 times 3 to the number you enter. And then print the value here. Got it? Secondly, you do it this way. Then the same, but return the value here. If you want, I can give you the code for the factorial, but I repeat it several times everywhere. So you can go and find it. مجرد loop. خلي variable equal to 1 loop from 1 to whatever enter value and multiply them. يعني fact equal to 1 for int I equal to 1 أول شيء enter value هذا n دخلت هذا 5 10 whatever. There fact equal to 1. ليش؟ when you add numbers you set it to 0, but when you multiply them you set it to 1. حتى شو؟ حتى يضربوا. Fact equal to 1, loop from 1 to the number you have, and multiply them. Then at the end print the result, fact, or return back, or pass the 5 or value from the top. I want the factorial for 6. Pass it. So try it all. Or you can go to the assignment which I gave you. The first part of it, even all of it, you can do it. Now you have the information, enough information to do it yourself. That exists out of 8 marks. Right? 8 marks. 8 marks. I do it very well. If you have a question, come ask me. If you get from the AI, 0. If you do it in a way I didn't teach you, 0. If you say int.paris, 0 for that part. Whatever I teach you, I want you to use the tools I gave you. Don't get tools from outside. تمام؟ فعندكم هذا assignment due on Tuesday. You have time to ask me. You can ask me on Sunday or Tuesday. You can ask me. If you want to get marks, start from now. Don't wait until. So we stop this. This lecture